I'm Shawn Luchtel with Heartland Bowhunter, and we're here in northern Missouri. There's a lot of mounts, and each one has its own story. So we're going to go over a couple of those today and just share what's so special about them. Welcome to our farmhouse. This is where my dad and I hunt and spend the majority of our fall just making memories together. So once you step in the door here, like the main thing that most people notice is this shed tree that my mom put together. We had boxes of sheds kind of all scattered throughout the house. She got tired of moving them out of the way or just collecting dust. So she built this awesome shed tree, which is great, except for when you want to go find an antler that you're looking for, and you got to dig through the whole thing and kind of disassemble it. The trim, the wood, all the way around this room is old barn wood from an existing barn that's still standing on the property. My parents just went and pulled that wood off and cut it to fit all the way around this room, just kind of as an accent piece and perfect for hanging mounts. I've had successful hunts of my own here, but the ones that I get to spend with my dad where I'm filming behind the lens are the ones I cherish. The buck behind my shoulder is Twin 10, is what we call them. And so Twin 10 was just a deer that we had kind of kept tabs on over the years. He was just growing, kind of becoming a specimen, just with the mass that he carries throughout his antlers. And he made it, thankfully, to 5.5, and that was the year that we were gonna attempt to hunt him. And we hunted him throughout the fall. I almost shot him right before Halloween, ended up not getting a shot.
Dark 46. I wasn't gonna chance it. It's not worth it.
And then that carried on through rifle season to where my dad and I went out near Thanksgiving, and I was filming him to hunt that specific buck. The rut was winding down, and we just set up on a cornfield in a hay bale blind, and we had numerous deer coming in and out of the corn because it was following a cold front, and then he came out into the corn kind of bumping a doe around, and he was in and out of the corn. My dad came to full draw at one point, didn't end up shooting, and we thought he had left for good. And then he ended up coming back.
Coming back.
And then that was where my dad was able to make a great shot on him.
You ready? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I'm gonna go put another arrow in him quick. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. I mean, I almost couldn't do it. I was shaking. Gotta be honest, I really was, but it all ended up. Man, let's go out and get our hands on him. Whew.
It's kind of a roller coaster of emotions. You know, our heart rates went skyrocketing up, and they went down. We thought it was over, and then we were excited, to say the least.
Wow, wow, wow. Look at this brute. I had no idea that I was going to get an opportunity to steer tonight. Wow, what an animal.
The biggest takeaway there was just to cherish the moment with my dad. Taking those moments in with the people that you love is very important. This it's Chandler and I, and this is a buck that he shot a few years ago on the farm. Chandler's the one that films me all the time. He spends probably more time in the tree with me than I do with my dad, I would say, just across the Midwest and the country when we're hunting. And so being able to kind of repay him with a buck that he shot a few years ago on this farm was really important. It was his biggest buck to date at the time. The first buck that I ever shot that I mounted, shot it with a gun. This is my twin brother, Shane, so Shawn and Shane. And that was like essentially his biggest buck to date. Apparently wasn't very happy about it because he's not smiling. So going into here, this is like our mud room / hunt locker, whatever you want to call it, where we kind of get ready for the hunt. I have trail cameras scattered around, and camo and all that stuff, along with some European mounts. Various deer that we found on the farm that died for whatever reason, and then some of the bucks we've shot as well. The one over here to my left is Caesar. Coming into the fall of 2022, he's gonna be 6.5. I would always get photos of him in the summer, and then he'd be there throughout the fall. Well, this was a little bit different. I had 0 trail camera photos of him. In fact, we got into September and I still had no photos of him. It was just a mystery. And then I was hunting another buck while I was here with Chandler in early October, and checked the trail camera, and Caesar had just shown up, and the weather was supposed to be perfect that mid-October. So we capitalized on it and hunted just an area where he was always at in years past, and he showed up. It was just an exhilarating hunt. Like, saw a lot of deer. It took him a long time to come in, and then he finally came into the field that we were at. and I was able to make a perfect shot at 26 yards.
God. Yes, he's done. He just went down. Oh my gosh.
He ran out and fell over right in plain sight. It was awesome to see. It was just another roller coaster of emotions.
We did it. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh. I was praying, man. Literally praying. That's an October dream come true. Like, unbelievable. I think that's my biggest buck today. And now it's super bittersweet because, like, that deer's been on this farm. We've watched him since he was like 3. Has so much history with him. Now it's over. And I can't believe it. I'm glad I got him, but the chase is what was so much fun.
One thing I've taken away from the hunt for Caesar would be persistence. He just stayed reclusive throughout the summer, early season, and then finally kind of revealed himself, and it was all about capitalizing on that cold front and being there right when I thought my odds were best. You still get the same adrenaline rush that you got from the very beginning. Any deer, even if it's a doe, I still always have an adrenaline rush that's never ceased to go away, and I don't anticipate that ever going away, which is what brings me back. It's like nothing else out there, and is what just really gets your heart pumping and the blood flowing.